Hey, thank you for clicking on. It's been a minute. This is a Creed 3 review. It's been a minute since this movie came out. Probably about to be 2 weeks once I put this out. Yeah, so it's been a while. But I want to make a video. This is perfect. Creed 3. Creed 3 was a solid outing. Honestly, better than I thought it was going to be. A real good movie. I enjoyed the story. We have Michael B. Jordan's character, Adonis Creed. He is entering retirement, and he does so. He in his retirement. He's just, he's got some boxers that are his fighters that he sets up. He's doing the Floyd Mayweather thing, and then of course his past comes back with his friend. His friend was locked up from an incident from the past, and comes back into his life, and he wants to get put on. He wants to become a boxer. He wants a title shot. So Adonis goes and tries to hook him up, and tries to train him, and eventually gives him that shot. And I don't want to go into too much of this. I mean, it's obvious in the trailers. What am I saying? So he gives him a shot, and some things happen, blah blah blah. They end up fighting in the end. Come on, it ain't no spoiler. Come on now. But I really enjoyed this story. I really enjoyed it. I like that it was centered around Adonis. I like seeing more of his past and seeing his past come back, and that relationship him and Dame had in the movie. It was really well done. I just thought this was a really solid story, way better than the second story. The first story of Creed was great. I mean, it's a really, really good movie. Shout out to Ryan Coogler. He killed it. The first movie was done well technically, story-wise, everything was solid with that first movie. The second movie, still kind of good. I rewatched it recently, still kind of good, but the story lacked. The story was not good to me. That was the weakest part of it. The boxing scenes were great, training sequence was great, but it's like the story was a dip down, a strong dip down from the first one, in my opinion. So this one was a step up. This was definitely a step up from the second movie. Way better than the second one, if you ask me. And yeah, I enjoyed the story heavily. So I enjoyed the story, and I enjoyed the fight scenes. The fight scenes were great. Fight scenes were great in this one. It's a good amount of boxing in this. We got I don't know if the spoilers. We got Creed. He's got a fight. Then we got a fight with Dame versus a fighter in the middle of the movie. And then of course we have the big fight at the end. Each sequence was really good. The way he did it was solid. And let's just get into Michael B. Jordan directed this movie. The first movie that he has directed, and he did a solid job. He did a solid job throughout the entire film, and definitely you see you see what he's done during the boxing sequences. Like each fight was solid. I love the way they did it, man. Especially that final fight. The final fight's very different from the other final fights, which is good. Like we can't get a third version. Like the first two fights, pretty similar, so we couldn't get a third version of that. I really love the way he mixed it up during that final fight, and it's great. I mean, I felt the heart, I felt the passion between the two fighters, and the past coming into the ring and playing a factor in that final fight. It was really entertaining to watch, and really just grit and grimy, and the way they two went at it. And Jonathan Majors did a great job in each fight sequence. Like, man, solid job from Jonathan overall. I'll get to him a little bit more later. More about Michael B. Jordan's directing, man. He did so. I was impressed. I love the shots. Rather, he came up with him, or the cinematographer, or he directed the cinematographer to do the shots. I was impressed. I was like, okay, like that's a good shot, Michael. Like, okay, I see you. Like I was impressed for his first movie. Really impressive job, Michael. And Michael's performance was great. Tessa Thompson's performance was really good. Wanted a little more from her. I could have done with some more scenes with her in it, but she's always, it was appropriate. It's never like she's like, oh, we're like, dodging her, like we're keeping her, like she's just the wife. Like no, she's in it a good amount. She's truly his partner throughout the film. And I just wanted maybe a few more scenes. I'm gonna get to that later. A few more scenes with her. Jonathan Majors, man, this guy's taking over right now. He did amazing. He got in great shape for this role. He did a great job portraying Dame. And he did a great job during the fight scenes, man. He's doing solid. He did great in Kang. He did great in Loki. He's doing great in this film. I can't wait to see more Jonathan Majors. He's doing solid work out here, man. And I like the score a lot. Some people don't care about that out there. People are like, what? The score? I'm talking about the movie score, the music underneath, the sings. That's not really songs, but I don't got time to explain it to you. But it's composed music. Ludwig did the first two movies. He did a great job at those two movies. This time it was Joseph Shirley, I believe, and he did a great job. I think he did some things maybe Ludwig wouldn't have done. So I really like that we got him, and I really like everything he did throughout the film. It's a great score, and the training sequence part of the score, the suite of the movie was a great job on the score. Really good job, Joseph. I've never heard this guy before, but real good job from him. The training sequence, this is the best training sequence out of the three films. I love the first the Creed training sequence, but this one is probably the longest, and it's probably the best. Seeing both of the characters go through their workouts, and the story that's told within the training sequence is great. And so much fight and heart out of Adonis. I love seeing that. It is a really, really good training sequence, and the score underneath it is amazing. That's really part of it too. You know, a solid part of the film. There's no Rocky. There's no Rocky in this film. There's no Rocky. That's a big deal. I forgot exactly what happened. You know, Stallone wanted to do this film, or he wanted to do the second film. They said no. He got whatever. He's done. He's out. Whatever. I forgot. But honestly, I was fine with it. I was fine with it. It's tough. They don't really mention him like at all. Like I wanted like some type of mention. Like he does the one was it 1 foot 1 punch at a time. He does that at the end. So I was like, okay, I like that little nod. But you know, he's really completely out of the film. But Rocky, I didn't miss him. A lot of fans missed him. Some critics missed him. Some critics didn't. I'm on the side of, I didn't miss him. It's okay. I was fine without him. I don't like. This is somewhat spoilerly, so if you want to turn off or whatever, click off. I don't care. Jonathan Majors' character Dame gets a title shot for his first fight. I don't like that. Like, I think that's a little bit unrealistic. It's definitely unrealistic for this guy to go from prison to getting out to, okay, he's sparring with the guy to, oh, he gets a title shot. Like, a title shot? Like, even if you try, I get it. You know, Daniel Creed is supposed to be one of the best boxers of all time in this movie realm. But he ain't just putting his boy on for a title shot. Like, that's pretty unrealistic. Now, they make a point of, oh, you know, Creed got some overnight. But Creed had a pro fight before his title shot. So he had an official pro fight, and he was the long lost son of Apollo Creed. So that's even more. So like he's already pro. Boom, he gets a big title shot because of the name, the drama. This is just straight up. Dame is a nobody. He gets a title shot. Now maybe that's how the original Rocky played out. I don't remember, but to me that's unrealistic. I didn't like that. Also, I wanted a little bit more before the training sequence, before we got to the final fight, or, you know, it could have been during the training sequence or after the training sequence. We just get to the training sequence and then boom, the final fight. Like, I wanted them to talk about Donnie, you know, him being old. I wanted to talk about his struggles. They show his struggles throughout the training sequence, but I wanted to talk about the struggles he was having being old before that. I wanted just a little more time to talk. Like, it was like, okay, training, we're going in for the fight. It was like, okay, can we sit down for a second? Huh? And there's an event that happens before the training sequence that's a major event. I wanted them to talk about that a little more. It's like it happened. We got the training, we did the final fight. It's, oh, can we talk about this major thing that happened? Like, at least get a scene where we're expressing our emotions. I'm sure they had one scene, but I'm talking about another one. It could be quick, but still, I wanted another scene where they're discussing what happened there. Also, one last thing, I didn't like that many scenes were cut out. I could have used another 8 to 10 minutes of this movie. Like, it's a quick 157, and you know, I get it, it's tight, it gets you in and out the theater, but honestly, I wanted this movie to be longer. I could have used more. There's a scene in the trailer where he's at a press conference and he does mention Rocky. I would have liked that press conference scene. This is a little nitpicky, but I would have liked it. There's a scene in the trailer with Tessa Thompson's character, I forgot her name, I'm terrible. Her character and the daughter have a scene and it looks like it's emotional. I would have took that. Also, I love the daughter in this film. She did a great job. I love the storyline of all that, of her being deaf and the way it's really truly progressed throughout all 3 films. I like that. Other thing I didn't like that they cut out was Creed. Creed goes back to the juvie center that he was in the first movie, and you know he's talking to his family, and then next thing you know all the kids are going Creed, Creed, Creed. I don't know what that was from. What did it stem from? What happened? I would have took that scene. There's just plenty of scenes where I was like, man, I would have took that. Also, I would have took a little bit more of Dame. I ain't gonna lie. A little bit more of Dame. Maybe I would have liked Dame having one fight before the title shot fight. But I get it. You know, it's okay. It's okay. But like I said, I wanted a little more like, you know, 8, 10 more minutes. But that's nitpicky. It's whatever. It's still, as the film we got, it was still pretty solid. But I would have liked more, just saying. See, this is a great film. Really good film, man. Really great, close to the franchise. A little talks about, oh, is there going to be another one? Is there going to be this and that? I think the way this movie played out and the way it closed, this is it. And honestly, this is it I want. This is it I wanted after Creed 2. I was like, okay, I bet. I was like, I'm glad to make it a Creed 3. Just make it good. Let's make it good. Let's close it out in a good way. And that's exactly what they did. Let's make this a trilogy. Let's close it out. You know, he's done. He's done. It's done. To me, great close to a franchise. Let's not Rocky this where we go 4, 5, 6 and they get worse and worse. This is a good finish. I really appreciate this film. Really like this film. Can't wait to buy it on DVD. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, yes. 8 out of 10 on this film. Like I said, I'm buying it on DVD when it comes out. And good job, Michael B. Jordan, for your first directorial debut. And yeah, I keep saying the same thing over and over. Solid film. Thank you for watching this review. If you want more reviews, please subscribe, please like. I got other reviews from the past you can click on. And I appreciate you for watching. Peace and love. Y'all have a good one, okay?